When you bring home a new puppy, it can feel overwhelming knowing where to start. So today I'm breaking down the 3 simple skills that will make everything else in your training so much easier. Hi, I'm Liz. I'm a trainer and behavior nerd, and welcome to Puppy Primer, where I help you raise a confident puppy step by step. Instead of starting with sit or down, we're going to focus on the 3 skills that really set the stage for everything else. And what those are building offered engagement, attention on cue, and a release cue. I want to build all 3 of these pieces separately because they each capture a foundational element of a broader picture category of skills that your puppy will need as they grow into adolescence and throughout their adult life. The first is the category of offered behaviors. So when we're looking at offered engagement, what that's going to look like is reinforcing when your puppy orients to you in neutral spaces. So this you see Riz hopping around, looking around, and offering me attention. Initially just because I have a treat, and then because he's starting to get treats even after he notices something and then comes back into me. This rewards your dog for being ready to train. It prevents you from needing to nag them to get their attention in new spaces because they'll have formed a habit of offering you attention, and that being the key that unlocks the door to everything else exciting in their world.
Yes.
And it builds a lot of investment in your relationship. The last thing that offered attention can really build is
It's
normalizing
super Bobby.
neutrality in new environments, with new distractions, with exciting things, with potentially scary things, not reacting to everything, and normalizing neutrality as a skill in and of itself. Because as much as we want to build these happy social puppies, what we don't want is a puppy that desperately needs to interact with every person or every other dog they see. Because ultimately, every person and every other dog won't want to or won't be able to interact with them. So the more that we can build this nice offered behavior of checking in with you before being released, and we'll get to release cues later, before getting released to go and do something, the more we build the idea that you are the pathway to all the things that are good and all the permission that they could want in their lives. The next behavior that we want to look at is cued attention. So, yes, we want our dog to be in the habit of just offering up attention to us and giving us attention, but we also want our dog to be able to be asked for their attention and to be able to reorient towards us in response to our verbal cue. So that might be the puppy's name, that might be recall cues. I tend to build initially the puppy's name as attention, recall. It means look at me and get your butt over here as quickly as you can in order to get treats. This builds so many things. It can initiate building recall, it can initiate building leave-its, it can initiate building loose leash walking, and even off leash skills, because you're teaching a puppy to check in with you when asked. And if you don't have your puppy's ability to check in with you when asked, how are you going to get any more complex behaviors if you're not first getting their attention when you need it?
Yes.
This behavior is building up trust and communication really, really early on. So we have that as a foundation and as a base, that their name means all the great things in the world are about to come from you and that they should come and check in on that. And the last major skill that I really want to focus in on is a release to reinforcement. So we have an offered behavior that we're going to reward every time it's offered, especially in complex spaces. We have a cued behavior that we want to offer their engagement after we've asked for it, but we also want to start telling them where and when they can get reinforcement. So whether that's teaching them that yes means a treat is going to come from their hand, whether that means get it means a tossed treat that leads to movement, sniffing, and searching, teaching them that a specific word equals a specific reinforcement coming their way can help us move them in a direction we want them to go. If I say get it and toss a treat, I know my dog is going to follow that treat. They're also going to get rewarded by sniffing and searching, 2 things that dogs really, really love to do. Being able to get it specifically, that release cue, helps redirect your dog from a distraction by directing them to where you've tossed the treat. It gives them the opportunity to release energy, and it makes reinforcement something dynamic and fun that the 2 of you participate in together. So why does all of this matter? Initially, we want to build those offered behaviors first. That has our dog's voluntary investment in participating in whatever games we're playing, in having fun with us, in playing with us, and building a relationship together. It prevents us from nagging them for attention, which, if we overuse their name and nag them for attention, then we diminish the value of our cued behaviors, which build great, clear communication. If I ask my dog their name, they know exactly what I'm looking for and exactly what they need. And then we have cued reinforcement, which teaches our dog how reinforcement itself works, what they can expect from a given situation, and helps us direct them to where we need them to go in that moment. And hopefully, ideally, sets up more successful behavior in the long run. Together, these three skills are creating a foundation that's flexible for adolescence, where they're going to start pushing those boundaries, where they're going to start testing their limits of what they are allowed to explore in the world, and beyond into their adulthood. So, try these three behaviors, these three skills with your puppy. They aren't sit down or stay. This is about engagement, attention, and release. And this helps prepare your puppy for lifelong learning as they practice these three intrinsic skills in different environments, new environments, busier environments, exciting environments, and even scary or intimidating environments, and prepare them for a lifelong of learning with you. These three skills really set the stage for everything else you're going to teach your puppy as they grow. And this actually wraps up our Puppy Primer series, but don't worry, Controlled Chaos doesn't stop there. Next up, we're going to shift our focus to welcoming any new pet into your home, whether it's dogs or cats, and how to set them up for success in those first few weeks. Not only will that apply to the new adult pets in your life, but it also applies to these puppies too. So if you've got a new addition to the family, or you just want to be ready when the time comes, make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss the next mini series. See you next time.